Just 2 minutes.
मेरा ऑडियो ठीक है?
Yes, sir. You are audible. I will be sharing your screen. No problem.
हाँ, खाली पहली स्लाइड लगा के रख दीजिए.
अच्छा, ठीक सर.
हाँ,
जी.
अभी इमीडिएट तो आगे इसमें नहीं जाना है, पहले ऐसे बात करेंगे.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. So, dear participants, good afternoon and most welcome for this final session. Anybody is there to introduce sir to this session?
Yes, sir.
Ji, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Good day to all. I am Dr. G. Purushothaman, Assistant Professor, HOD of Commerce, Accounting and Finance, SA College of Arts and Science, Chennai. My roll number is 45. It is my privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Sudhir Lakshmikant Sambre, a distinguished technocrat, academic contributor, and industry leader who brings with him more than 4 decades of rich experience in electronics engineering, skill development, and industry academia collaboration. We are deeply honored to have him with us for the 1 week short term course on skill based curriculum development in choice based skill system and outcome based education program objectives, conducted in online mode by Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati, Sambhajinagar, under the Malaviya Mission Teaching Training Center. His vast experience and insights will undoubtedly enrich this academic initiative and inspire all the participants. Mr. Sambre is presently the managing director of Diogric Electronic Culture Private Limited, Chhatrapati, Sambhajinagar, a common facility center established under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. He is also the founder force behind Lunas Electronics, an institution that has been contributing to technical education and industrial training since 1987. The alumnus of VJTI Mumbai. Mr. Sambre holds a master's degree in electrical engineering with a specialization in power electronics and microprocessors, along with a bachelor degree in electrical engineering from Government College of Engineering, Chhatrapati, Sambhajinagar. He has also acquired formal training in management through a diploma in business management. Under his visionary leadership, Lunas Electronics has designed, developed, and manufactured over 450 educational and industrial electronic products, many of which were introduced for the first time in the country. These training kits have been supplied to more than 500 educational institutions, directly benefiting over 3 lakhs engineering students nationwide. His work stands as a benchmark in outcome oriented, hands on technical learning, very much aligned with today's skill based and OBE frameworks. Mr. Sambre has also played a pivotal role as a visiting faculty at several prestigious engineering institutions, teaching subjects such as power electronics, microprocessors, instrumentation, and electrical engineering. His academic engagement extends further as an examiner, paper setter, syllabus committee member, board of studies member, and a industry representative for universities, autonomous institutions. And the Chhatrapati Samraji Center of the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, and is a fellow of the institution. He has leaded numerous degree and postgraduate students projects, organized and acted as a jury member for state and national level competitions. In recognition of his outstanding contribution to electronics instrumentations and MSME innovation, Mr. Sambre was honored with the IETE Corporate Awards 2024 with his rare blend of industry insight, academic depth, and a commitment to skill oriented education. Mr. Samre truly embodies the spirit of outcome based education and curriculum innovation. Today, we are privileged to have Mr. Sudhir Lakshmikant Sambre with us, and I'm certain that his wealth of knowledge and experience will offer invaluable insights into the world of education. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sudhir Lakshmikant Sambre. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Purushottam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Can we start, Kunal?
जी सर, बिल्कुल. Please start, sir.
I will stop the video because then there will not be any internet problem.
Will do, sir. Absolutely.
Let me first thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to discuss with you my thoughts on this topic of skill-based curricular development. You have been hearing on this topic from various faculties since last 5 days and must have gained a vision about the topic. So I want today lecture to be discussion oriented and participative rather than the conventional webinar. Also at the end of the program, we want to judge how attentive you were and how much content you are really absorbed. You are present physically as well as mentally or not. Being an electronics engineer by profession, in my discussion, there may be examples related to this field. But I know the audience is from diverse field. But whatever example I give, that is also the same principles are applicable to other fields also. So let us start the webinar with first question to you all. What is skilling? How you will define the skilling? You can unmute your audio and reply.
Special ability to do some work, sir. Skill is a special ability, sir.
Special ability to
do some work, sir, some task.
Okay. Basically, I can say it is an action of training a worker or any person to do a particular task or make him capable to do the task. Now, meaning that that person will have mastery in that particular activity or task. That is what is skilling. Do you agree? See, just teaching and skilling, there is a difference. In skilling, when you say that you are going to skill a person, it is expected that that person will be able to do that particular task independently. Now, there are different skills. There are different skills like technical or domain-related skills like electrician, plumber, welder, surgeon, medical attendant, nurse, accountant, Excel operator, good communicator, public speaking, supervision, even creating jokes on present situation, that is also a skill. Cartoonist is also a skill. In your day-to-day life, even keeping family members and friends with us is a skill. Because today, everybody is not blessed with friends and family members and their togetherness. So, to maintain that is also a skill. Creating values in the people is also a skill. So, there are practically there are infinite number of skills we can define. So skill, this terminology is not only related to some technical skills, but it is a technical skill as well as life skills. Then sense of empathy. What is sense of empathy? Empathy is a skill or ability to understand and share another person's feelings and his perspectives. Why I'm giving that? Because in today's life, that is very, very important. So share another person's feelings and his perspective, meaning you have the ability to walk in other person's shoes. And people with good sense of empathy can often shine in sectors like healthcare, arts, literature, business, and helping careers like librarians, psychology, social workers, etc. Now, in your opinion, should teacher have a sense of empathy? What is your thought?
Must have, sir, must have.
Yeah, it is very, very essential because teacher is not handling machines. He is handling humans. And a person who can understand other person's feelings, like teacher, if he can very well understand the feelings of students, then only he can become a good teacher. Because then he can correct how he can teach or skill the people in a proper way. Now the question, Kunal, please, next slide. Now, why skilling is required? Say, you are sick and you goes to a doctor. To which doctor you will go? There's one doctor who's thoda doctor, like, or he is learning, and there is a skilled doctor. To whom you will go? Please reciprocate.
Skilled, sir.
Say
Skilled doctor.
Why?
Because we don't want to danger our life.
Yes. So you are worried about your health, your well-being, and your life, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, same thing is true in other sectors because everyone is worried about well-being of his own things. Like in industry is worried about the quality of product. They are worried if the person is not skilled, my material will be wasted. Industry is worried about well-being of its costly equipment. So you need not have any doubt whether about the need of a skilled person. And industry, which is ultimately the consumer of your product, that is students, is all the while complaining that students having certificates with good marks, but they lack in skills. At times it was reported that 80% of engineers coming out from colleges are not even up to the basic mark of acceptance. Now, with this statement, you will understand what is the scenario of skills in our country. I will give you one example. I'm from electronic sector. And when we select engineers for our company, I ask them some basic question. And to your surprise, any electronics engineer should know how to use a multimeter. And take 10 engineers pass out from various institutes, not only from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, but from other places also. And I give you guarantee, 8 to 9 students will not know how to operate the multimeter. He becomes a graduate engineer and doesn't know how to operate a multimeter. See, if somebody becomes a doctor and he is not able to understand the CAT scan, okay, it is understood. One can forgive. But if the doctor doesn't understand what is blood pressure, will you call him doctor? Definitely, you will not call him a doctor. And you will be scared to go him as a patient. And the same thing applies here also. So, because of this lack of skills, there are ample of jobs available. On one end, students are saying there are no jobs, and on the other side, industry is saying there is no manpower. How? I mean, it's a very tricky situation where, on one hand, we say we don't have jobs, and the other side says we don't have employees. When I say I don't have employees, that means that we don't have people with proper skills. Because no industry will put a man just because somebody is required. He needs to have certain skills. Now, this is a long story of what is not available. But let us go ahead with now our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, gave us vision to make India become Atmanirbhar. That is self-reliant and Vikasit by 2047. With this target, he launched Skill India mission. And this initiative was aimed to create and implement comprehensive skill development training programs. What is the purpose? These programs will bridge the gap between industry demands and skill requirements, and therefore develop the country at large. So, the people who are required in the industry or the skills that are required in the industries, they are inculcating in the students so that they become job ready. Now, this Skill India program of Government of India consists of implementing structured and curriculum-based skill training courses, wherein trainees could gain certificates and endorsements from industry-recognized learning centers. The mission also involved incorporating skill-based training in school curriculum and creating opportunities for both long and short-term skill training and employment. earlier, also, we know that in your day-to-day life, you have seen so many people with skills. Like you have a plumber who comes to your home. He knows how to repair your tap. He does the work, takes money and goes back. But problem was, although he has the skill, but his skill or his capabilities are not certified. There was no system wherein plumber having 10 years of experience and doing a job uh, much better than any graduate engineer, but he is not respected in this society because he doesn't have any valid certification. So in this Skill India mission and program, uh, government has incorporated the feature of giving certification, and that will give an endorsement, so that if he after that certification, he can even go to industry and show that, okay, I am a certified plumber, I am a certified electrician. Because only on the basis of his experience, people are not ready to believe. So the beauty of this Skill India program is bringing this large uh, technicians or skilled persons into the mainstream. Okay. Now, why this Skill India initiative was required? Because, say, India is a young country with 75% working age population. And the development of skilled and educated workforce will only play an important role to enhance the overall economy. Now, if there is no skilling, what will be the impact? According to International Labour Organization, India is likely to face a shortage of 20 million skilled personnel by 2030. Also, Accenture predicted that if India does not take timely action, such as investing in new technologies and building industry-required skills, this skill deficit could cost the country US dollar 1.97 trillion. 1.97 trillion in terms of gross domestic product, that is GDP, over the next decade. Today, India's GDP is around 4.3 to 4.5 trillion dollars. And if the proper skilled people are not there, we will lose 1.97 trillion dollars in our GDP. So you can understand what is the importance and volume that is involved. So with Skill India mission, Indian government has aimed to develop those practical skills which are required by the industry and improve the employability rate of the country. Since implementation of this mission, the unemployment rate has fallen sharply, and it is now around 5.2%. Employability in graduates under Skill India has improved, and around 55% people could get the jobs. which shows that there is a positive impact on workforce readiness due to this mission and the training efforts across various sectors like manufacturing, IT services, and construction. Now, through this initiative, Government of India is aiming to train 400 million, that is 40 crore people in India in various skills. Now, this Skill India program is implemented through various established various departments, and they govern and support the various skill development programs. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, that is MSD, which is established to improve the youth employability through skill development initiatives. Its responsibility is to coordinate overall skill development efforts across the country, bridge gap between the demand and supply of skilled workforce, and build vocational and technical training framework, and create a skill upgrade module. Under that, under MSD, there is National Skill Development Corporation called as NSDC. It is the functional arm of MSD, and NSDC is founded as a public-private partnership company, PPP, with primary goal to catalyze the India's skill landscape. Now, what is its responsibilities? It is there to support MSD initiatives, then provide training capabilities via MSDC partner ecosystem in various states and territories, union territories. There is at least one NSDC partner center in 560 districts throughout the country. And on an average, there are 7 centers per district. Now, under NSDC, there are sector skill councils. These councils were formed by NSDC as independent industry-led bodies. Now, why sector skill councils? See, there are 37 different sector skill councils, like electronic sector skill council, automobile sector skill council, textile sector skill council, building construction sector skill council. Likewise, there are 37 different sector skill councils. And in this structure, the industries from that sector are involved. And these sector skill councils, they decide they prepare the curriculum for what is to be trained to students. Now, these industry peoples or industry, what should be taught to a person in electronics sector is better known to a electronic industry person than a general academician. That is the concept. So, these sector skill councils provide linkage to vocational education training industry to variety of teams. Then these sector skill councils have industry-led management committees and they assist employers in leading the Skill India development mission. And there are more than 450 members from various industry groups. The government and academia have joined these 37 sector skill councils up till now. So, other than our conventional education, the skilling education is implemented through these agencies. Like our conventional education is implemented through universities and private colleges, and that while this skilling is implemented through these agencies. And within a short period, they have expanded like anything. Now, to give the proper skilling, Government of India has introduced many schemes to ensure that Skill India mission programs are implemented throughout the country. One such scheme is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. It is offering customized courses with high employability, spanning up to say 210 hours maximum. Emphasis is on skilling in futuristic and new age jobs related to Industry 4.0, Web 3.0, AI, ML, augmented reality, virtual reality, drone technology, 3D printing, etc. These trainings are for short duration and they are specialized courses. If you compare your conventional education, you will find that there are no such courses which in focused way teach these new technologies. And that's why this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, this is the fourth version presently going on, has expanded like anything. And this skill training center, there are about 17,500 such skill centers located in various educational institutes, government institutes, ITIs, IITs, IIMs, and in private sector. The other scheme is Janashikshan Samsthan, that is JSS scheme. This is basically for underprivileged class candidates to support them. Then there is Pradhan Mantri Yuva or PM Yuva Yojana. This scheme aims to create an enabling environment through entrepreneurship education and training and provide easy access to the entrepreneur network. Say, the aim of this Skill India is not only to create the labor, but no country can progress if it doesn't have entrepreneurs. So this Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana focuses on development of entrepreneurship and create the environment so that this entrepreneurship education and training can be done. Then another scheme is Sankalpa, that is skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotion. And this is a World Bank funded program. There are so many things in that. With looking to the constraint of time, I will not go in much details. But now comes the most important factor. Now these Skill India schemes are to be integrated with general education. And here comes the, see, up till now, vocational education was treated like somewhat low profile. And our conventional education, people thought that we are superior to them. But now the Ministry of Education and the MHD with other administrative ministries are planning a phased incorporation of vocational education programs into mainstream education. And in line with this, over the next 5 years, the national education policy aims to empower 50% general education to students to vocational education students. Are you understanding the impact of this? Any comments?
Yes. No, sir.
Say if the 50% of the general education students goes to vocational education, what will happen to the conventional education? So now government is giving you the opportunity to club your general education and skill education together so that they move in harmony. If general education people still feels differently and then they don't go hand in hand with vocational education, their number and their presence is going to be reduced drastically. So there is no way that you can deny the skilling education. That is what I want to bring to your notice. Now, how a skilling program should be. Next slide. Basically, a skilling program should be structured. Occupation-based training initiative. Structure means it has all the, its time is fixed, content of theory, content of practicals, what will be the curriculum, everything is well defined. This skilling program is for an electrician, then in that skilling program, he will focus on the skills of electrician. So it is occupation-based training initiative. What for it is designed? It is designed to equip with practical and market relevant. See, practical knowledge is one thing, but market relevant. See, what is going on presently in the market, that skills a person should know. And the technical skills which will improve the employability and career prospects. No. And these skilling programs will bridge the industry demand and skill supply through vocational training, often leading to certification. Now, one word I talk market relevant. So market relevant in market or in society or with development of things, technology changes very fast. And a person who is skilled 5 years or 10 years back, he will become obsolete because he is not a TV technician who could handle the CRT based TV. Now will be a useless for repairing LCD TV or LED TV. So these skills or the qualification packs or design are such that they are coping with the latest market trends. That is the beauty of these skilling programs. Now, what are the aspects of skilling programs? Its purpose. Purpose, as you know, is to improve the employability, increase entrepreneurship, and upskill and reskill workers to meet industry needs. A person who is trained some 10 years back and is working in industry, today he cannot stick to that 10-year-old technology. He needs to be reskilled. He needs to be upskilled so that he can cope up with the latest technology. So this is the purpose of this skilling program. Now, what is the method of implementing? The method is more focus on practical hands-on training, simulations, and work experience. Many of these skilling programs have two components, BTP and OJT. BTP means basic training programs and OJT means on-job training. So the participants of these skilling programs are, after doing their basic training, they are put in the industry on the actual job. That is called on-the-job training. And when they are on the job, that time government pays them stipend. So that during their this on-the-job training period, they acquire the required skills and then they can join the industry as a full skilled person. Now, what are the focus areas? Focus areas of these training programs is very wide. It ranges from entry-level technical skills like electrician, hospitality, to very advanced digital skills like AI, machine learning, data analytics, etc. Depending on the sector and requirement of the industry. Now, what is the target audience? Target audience is youth in the age group of 18 to 25 from various backgrounds, including economically disadvantaged background, and their aim to reduce the unemployment. So, in short, skilling programs are vital for enhancing productivity and ensuring the workforce is future ready in rapidly changing economic landscape. Now, what are the stages in skill development? See, a candidate is, in skilling, there are 5 stages from unawareness to mastery. First stage is don't know, you are bad at this activity. Second is no, you are bad and need to learn. That is conscious incompetence. Then in skilling, he can do it with focus. That is conscious competence. Then next stage is can do it automatically or instinctively. Like you are talking with somebody and your hands are doing the work. That is unconscious competence. And the fifth stage is mastery, in which he can teach or he can innovate. So, reaching the mastery is the ultimate goal of the skill development. I will quote you when Virgin by karate expert Bruce Lee. He said that I don't get threatened by a competitor who knows 100 different kicks of karate. But I am worried if I have to fight with a competitor who has practiced one kick 100 times. Because then he has achieved mastery in that. And to fight with a master is really difficult. So the aim of this skilling program is this. Do you have any question or anything you want to discuss, or shall we go ahead?
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. See, the next slide. So just now we'll saying that why we want skilling, because industry wants it. Okay. But then as a teacher, you are planning to design the curriculum. How you will understand the expectations of industry? Because see, different industries have different products. Like in electronic industry, there is consumer electronic product and defense electronic product. And the requirement of skills and mindset are totally different. In consumer electronic product, what is focus is on quantity. And in defense electronic product, it is only and only quality. Not a 0.1% tolerance from the specifications. If this test is to be done, means it is to be done. In defense electronics, in consumer electronics, what will happen? A company makes 5 to 10 pieces of TV, get them approved, get them tested, get them approved. And then on the production line, on the basis of those 10 approved pieces, they will make thousands of pieces, saying that those 10 pieces and these 1,000 pieces are same. But in defense electronics, that is not acceptable. If 1,000 pieces are manufactured, all the 1,000 pieces will have to go through the every testing which a type approval, you call it, that type approval test, they will also have to be done on each and every piece. You cannot assume that my earlier 10 pieces which were given for testing, they have passed the test, so all other 1,000 pieces will also be passing the test. No. So that is the difference. So why I am telling you this? Because we generalize the things, but when we want to really make the curriculum, we have to go in the minute details. And this is, both are in electronic sector, but then the approach and the technologies are different. Now in industries, there are different manufacturing methods. There are automatic machines, there are semi-automatic machines, there are manual machines. Now you will skill a person for which type of machine? So for you, it becomes very difficult because then you will have to teach him, I will skill him on manual machine. You will have to train him on semi-automatic machine. You will have to also show him automatic machine. So the scope increases tremendous. Then scale of manufacturing. Scale of manufacturing meaning how many pieces are manufactured. You know, there is line manufacturing. That means it is a conveyor line. A person stands on the conveyor line. He does only one activity. Product moves ahead on the conveyor. Next person does next activity. Likewise, if there are 50 activities to be done on that product, there will be 50 people who each doing only one activity. That is line manufacturing. There is batch manufacturing. In batch manufacturing, what happens is you take a batch of say 100 pieces and then you do different operations on those 100 pieces. There are 50 operations, but there will not be 50 people to do these operations. There may be only 10 people, each doing 5 operations, like that. Now, there is another scale of manufacturing where individual pieces manufactured. That means that one item is manufactured by one person. Now, if one man has to manufacture one product, he needs to have so many skills because every activity he has to do. While when he is doing line manufacturing, it's very easy. He can be skilled for only one activity in a very short time, and then he keeps on doing that activity. So, scale of manufacturing plays a very big role in deciding the skill set. And what I suggest, never train the people for doing line manufacturing. Skill them for doing individual piece manufacturing or a batch manufacturing. Why? Because in line manufacturing, even an unskilled person, if he start to only one activity, do this, lift this component and put it here. If that type of activity is there, there is no much skill required. So your focus should be on individual, a person doing individual activity, so that he is skilled for all the operations. Okay. Then there is different working environment. So skill sets required in different working environment. There's extreme temperature, humidity, dust, to a fully air-conditioned working environment. Now, do you feel that the skill sets or the mindset of the person will be same? Definitely not. So that aspect also you have to consider while deciding this aspect. But but then what is in general? What is common for any industry is what is expected is basic knowledge, minimum required skill, and attitude to work and learn. Industry doesn't expect, and it also should not expect, that a candidate from institute comes and I will directly put him on job. That is really not possible. That is only possible if he is working on line manufacturing, where he is doing only typical one activity throughout the day, only lifting one component, putting it there, or fitting one screw. That type of activity if he is doing, then only he can be directly put on the work. Otherwise, every industry has to train that person for the particular job role. Now then, why there is so much gap between expectations and reality? What is your opinion? We are all teachers. Everyone is knowing that there is a gap between academics and industry expectations. In your opinion, what is the reason? Any comments?
What industry requires is not taught to that students in the schools and colleges.
Yes. Say the basic problem is there is lack of basic knowledge and skill. Earlier also I give you example that if doctor doesn't know CT scan, okay. But if he doesn't know how to read blood pressure, then it becomes a problem. And if he doesn't know how to read a blood pressure, then from where industry should start him or any hospital should start him training. Same is the case if a B electronic person doesn't know how to operate a multimeter, then from which point the industry should start training him? Say, what is the problem? If you give me assurance that a student who has got 80% marks knows at least only 40% from his curriculum, if he has got 60% mark and knows at least 30%, industry is ready to accept. But unfortunately, both of them does not know even 10% from his curriculum. Marks are so different, 80% and 60%, but both of them don't know even 10%. And that is the reason why industry does not have faith on your marking. What are, excuse me, what are marks obtained and what is knowledge or skill level is too much different. As an industry person, I ask you a very small thing, not very big promises that our students know these latest technologies, this thing, that thing. Everything is in their curriculum. Our curriculum is up to date. And I don't ask you that. I ask you a very small thing. Give me assurance that if I take any student from class, he will at least know this 10 or 20 things perfect. Out of 100 things you have taught to him in his curriculum. Can you assure? All teachers are there. Your
No,
comment
sir,
is
no. No, sir, no assure. No assure.
why?
Because I know today's education is only the education of getting marks. They are not getting the things that to be learned in the schools. Which things they learn, they cannot apply in their real life.
Sir, we are not giving the application-oriented knowledge. We are just giving for the recitation and information. That's why they are not able to apply the things and not having the skills.
So, see, with this thing, what problem comes in front of industries? From where I should start training that person?
From school level.
So, if I take a person and starts in industry teaching him from school level or the school level skills or the very basic skill, then why I should take a graduate?
It is totally difficult, sir. There, your industry will become a school children's school.
So industry cannot do that. Definitely. So what industry want that at least one basic level should be at least there within the uh, all the students. Say, see, I know if you take a class of 100, there will be top 10-15% students. Even if you don't teach them, they are intelligent, they are hardworking, and they will find their own way and go ahead. There are bottom 10-15% for whom you cannot do anything. Even God Brahmadeva comes, he cannot repair them. But this middle 60-70% stuff is there. If you bring that volume towards top 15%, the standard of your education will drastically improve. See, we always talk about some success stories. Yes, it is good to talk about success stories so that others get empowered. But what about the average student? So our focus, and this point I want to bring to your notice, that your curriculum should not focus on top 15% or bottom 15%, but should focus on the middle 70% layer. If you can bring them upward, immediately the standard of your education will improve. And industry will also be able to say that, okay, when this boy has passed BE, at least he is knowing this much. Okay, I know that. Oh, he is knowing this much. So I will start teaching him or training him further to that. But if I don't have any confidence that he will be knowing even this much, then it's very difficult. Okay. See, industry is that way very way selfish. I'm an industrialist, but still I say this because they are focusing on output and money. And to certain extent, that is not wrong. But even today, like we expect that teachers should change and the students should change. Likewise, industry will also have to change its attitude and the way they are working. Otherwise, in this competitive world, they will also be not be able to sustain. So it is not that it's a very easy time for industry. It's a very tough time for industry also because now there is always a global competition. Now, just we had talked about what industry expects from academia, but it is equally important that we should discuss on what industry can give to academia. Because, say, as students require jobs, at the same time, industry needs manpower. It is not one-way traffic. Both require each other. So, industry and academia have to come together. Now, so what industry can give to academia? Next slide. First thing is internships to faculty and students. Here I am saying internship to faculty first and then student. See, if really our teaching environment has to improve, it is important to upgrade our faculty first. And if faculty is upgraded, then only students can get upgraded. So there are faculties with 10 years, 15 years experience and from engineering colleges. And because it is essential, so they send their students for industrial visit. And many faculty say, okay, we will send our lab assistant with students. I say, don't send lab assistant. How many industries you have seen in your life? As a teacher, as a faculty, first you should come to industry, see the environment. Then only you can teach your student. So that is a very important thing. First comes faculty and then students. Faculty will try to tell to students only when they know it. I'm a bit blunt, but then that is the reality. Industry can offer in-plant trainings to faculty and students. Then real-life problems of industry can be taken as projects by students and faculty. All of you must be knowing that all big industries, they have to put 2% of their profit in CSR fund. And through the CSR fund, it can be used for creating skill-based laboratories, research projects, then scholarships to deserving candidates, fee and expenditure of students for skill-based domain-specific training. So for all these purposes, CSR funds can be used. Because when we say talk of skilling and this thing, and then everyone comes and starts saying, oh, where are the funds for doing all these things? Friends, there are ways, but then these funds will not be given easily to you. Academia has the responsibility to propose and convince the industry of for the outcome. Then only, and they will have to make good follow-ups. Just one example I will give. How much are the CSR funds? Reliance Industries is having yearly profit of more than 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh crore rupees. So they every year they put 2,000 crore rupees in CSR. And likewise, there are hundreds and thousands of companies which are putting money in CSR. So how to get that and how you can convince and get that is your skill, and your proposal should be that uh, should carry that weight. Okay. After talking about industry, let us come to the third most important pillar. It is academia and teacher. Next slide, please. Here, academia, I mean the management of institute, which can be a private entity or government itself. So, teacher and academia I am clubbing together for the discussion. In NEP 2020, the role of the teacher has shifted from mere knowledge transmitter to a passionate facilitator, mentor, and guide. So earlier, he was only transferring knowledge. Means what? Some things are given in books, he reads it and he tells to students. Now that role is gone. And now he has to be passionate. That means he should have passion for his profession. He should facilitate students in learning. He should act like their mentor to groom them to become for their all-round development. And he should guide them so that the student become all-rounder and problem-solving citizens. And to do this, teacher has to create inclusive and innovative classrooms, adapt to new pedagogies like play-based teaching, then use of digital tools, etc. Then design multidisciplinary lessons and provide the crucial mentorship. Now, this is expected from a teacher in NEP 2020. Presently, there may be exceptions, I don't say that, but many of the teachers who teach what they know and not what is needed. If we teach this way, students will definitely bunk the classes, saying that this we can learn better in a 10-minute YouTube video. Why to sit for 45 minutes or 1 hour in your class? And if student raise this question, there is a big question mark on teacher's ability. So it is not only, I mean, it's very easy to blame the student. Oh, students don't want to attend the classes. They are like that only, this thing and that thing. No, it is not true. You have to make your teaching such that students feel it interesting. And that is your responsibility. Otherwise, your experience of 25, 30 years is of no use. So how to make that interesting? There are so many ways. It's difficult to discuss those things in this short time. But so many innovative things can be done by which you can make your teaching interesting. Now, one more very important thing is management will also have to select the qualified faculty as teacher and not appointing previous year pass outs as faculty. I personally feel that there should be entry barriers or some practical test before anyone is allowed to enter in this profession of teaching. Say, in a company, if we take even a worker, we test him for whether he knows that skill or not. If we take a clerk or accountant, we take his interview and find out whether he knows that the things or not. Teacher, who is instrumental in deciding the career of so many students, and there is no such exam as what we are saying. You have passed some degree, you have done post graduation, and then you directly get the appointment. This is one of the reasons why the quality of the teachers is not up to the mark. Now, what are the key roles and responsibilities of a teacher? Is like first is facilitator and mentor. So he should guide the students through inquiry, exploration, hands-on activities, and inspiring curiosity and love for learning. Main thing is he should create within students love for learning. Otherwise, there are many students I see after learning, after attending few lectures of that subject, they start avoiding that subject. Then other role is curriculum designer. So he has to adapt and integrate curriculum with local context, incorporating multidisciplinary approaches and real-world applications. Then he should be a holistic developer, critical thinking cultivator, then technology integrator. Technology integrator means now new digital tools are coming. He should be able to use those tools and make the teaching more dynamic and relevant. Then he should be a foundation builder. he should be an intelligent classroom leader. And he himself should be a lifelong learner. See, this concept of lifelong learner is true for everyone. Things are changing so fast that now it is essential that you cannot rely on what you have learned 10 years, 20 years back. Every now and then you have to keep on upgrade your knowledge. And to upgrade your knowledge, and just give you one guideline. Just if you spend daily 1 hour, 1 hour is not a very long duration. Definitely you can take out 1 hour. And that during that 1 hour, in whatever field you want to master, you study that during that 1 hour. Don't do any other administrative work, teaching, and only focus, and during that 1 hour, study that topic. Go in more and more details. If you do 1 hour per day during a year, you get 365 hours. And it is said, if you spend 100 hours on anything, you start getting mastered. So, getting mastery over new thing is not that difficult, but you will have to change your mindset and attitude. Now, under NEP, government has promised empowerment of the teacher by providing autonomy, dignity, and support, ensuring the best talent enters the profession and recognizing them as pillars of societal change. Just I'll take one example from history. You know the story of Mahabharata. Dronacharya, Guru Dronacharya put one bird on a tree and asked each one of them, asked them to focus on the eye of the bird. First he asked Yudhishthira what he's seeing. Yudhishthira said, I can see whole sky, this thing, that thing. He asked Duryodhana, he said, I can see green tree, leaves, fruits hanging. He asked Bhima. He also replied like that. Then he asked Arjun, what you are seeing? He said, I am seeing only the eye of the bird. And then Dronacharya asked him to hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are hearing
Yes,
you.
sir. We are there, sir.
Huh.
Yes,
And
sir.
then he asked Arjuna to launch the arrow. Now, what is the moral of this story? Anybody? Be quick, because we have little time available.
Concentration of mind.
Yes.
Focused attitude.
Okay, sir. Yes, that is true. But have you noticed one thing? Who was Yudhishthira and who was Duryodhana? They would have been the kings of uh,
Hastinapur.
Hastinapur. And what he did not allow them to launch the arrow. What daring he is having. He has not allowed them to launch an arrow, means that Yudhishthira or Duryodhana, you are not eligible or you are not capable to become master in archery. Today, can you think this can happen, or a teacher can do that?
No, sir.
And see the beauty that they were not allowed to launch them, but neither Dhritarashtra nor anybody complained to Dronacharya that he is to be a king, so he should have been given this facility. No. If he has merit, he will go ahead. Teacher has full right to decide who has the merit, and his decision is final. At the same time, we say, man, we expect today's that time teacher was getting so much of respect. But at the same time, understand, in the Mahabharat war, Dronacharya was not only teacher, he was the Senapati of Kauravas. After Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya was given the command of Senapati. And it was not possible for anyone to kill him when weapons are in his hands. So it was not only, he was not just a theoretical teacher. He himself had that capabilities. And because of those capabilities, he got that respect. So when teachers say that we should get respect, it is important that you also show that you are capable of that. Now, in NEP, the roadmap of the future, teachers are supposed to train the student in multidisciplinary environment and student-centric education and supporting self-directed learning. Now, multidisciplinary learning and student-centric education. That means a student, every student has different abilities, and education system should give him a chance to learn what in which he has got mastery. You will see again in Mahabharata that after giving the basic education, every one was asked to select one weapon of his choice to get mastery. Then Yudhishthira chose Bhala, Bhim chose Gada, Arjun chose Dhanushyaban, and you will find that every one of them in whatever weapon they chose, they become the master in that. Probably if you ask Arjuna to learn Gada, probably he would not have been that successful as an what he was successful as an archer. So in new NEP, the focus is on student-centric education because every student is different and you cannot teach all one thing. Okay. Let us now come to the next point of curriculum development. Say, next slide. Now, up till now, we are talking about skill development so many times. But it's only skill development sufficient for a capable student? What is your take? Skill training is basically a practical training. Okay. But do you feel that it is only that it is sufficient for capable student?
No,
Any
sir,
comment?
no. No, sir, no. They should have a knowledge of practical knowledge also.
Yes. He should have knowledge, skill, and attitude. All the three distinct components of competencies are required. Knowledge is theoretical and next slide. Knowledge is theoretical understanding, that is knowing. Skills are practical application, that is doing. And attitude is the mindset or emotional disposition towards work. Knowledge is acquired through education. Skills are developed through practice and attitude is cultivated. See, everywhere words are different. Knowledge is acquired through education. Skills are developed through practice and attitude is cultivated. Knowledge is a mental skill which represents information, facts, concepts, theoretical understanding gained through education and experience. It is the what or why behind the task. What is skill? Skill is a psychomotor or practical. It refers to ability to apply knowledge effectively involving proficiency in physical or mental task. It is how or action and attitude. It is affective or emotional. It consists of feeling, mindset, and behavioral tendencies towards people, task, and situation. It influences how skills are performed. Now, how you can acquire them? See, knowledge can be taught, skill can be trained, and attitude are often self-developed or influenced. And all these three are interrelated. A person might have knowledge but lack of skill to execute it, or have both but lack of positive attitude to perform well, then in any case, he will not be successful. In front of you is the KSA, that is knowledge, skill, attitude, which is a triangle, which is called the triangle of success. At the bottom, there is knowledge, which consists of basics, theory, information, facts, figures, description, learning, etc. On one side, there are skills. interpersonal skills, communication skill, reasoning skill, time management skills, goal setting, etc. And on the other side, there is attitude, commitment, cooperative, enthusiasm, optimism, honesty, integrity, self-confidence, self-motivation. These are some of the attitudes which now when these three things come together, then only a person can become successful. In your opinion, out of these three, which is the most important? Any comment? Hey, in my opinion, attitude is most important. I will give 25% marks for knowledge, 25% marks for skill, and 50% for attitude. Because if a person has attitude to learn, other two things, even if they are not there presently, he can acquire. But a wrong attitude person, even though he has got skills or knowledge, he will be useless. So it is said that hire for attitude and train for skill is a common principle because attitude is harder to change than the technical capability. Just one example which I have personally faced, just that I will elaborate, tell you. One girl came to our industry for interview after B. Very poor knowledge, so knowledge of basic concepts. Skill related questions also she could not stand answer. Ask her, I asked her whether she is really interested in job. She said, yes, I want to work. And she said, she promised me that I will gain the required knowledge and skill. So as per company norms, I told her various details of the job, like job specific profile, training period, remuneration, working hours, etc. I told her that timing is from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. with 30 minutes lunch break. Her immediate reaction was, it was in Marathi, इतका वेळ meaning that so much of time to work. And what was the time? 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's only 8 hours and 30 minutes. Now, every one of you know that 8 hours working daily is the minimum in any industry. And she was expecting working hours like college, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this is the attitude problem. And can such candidate get entry in the industry? So my point is changing attitude is really very, very difficult. And instead of changing them, I expect that teachers create right attitude in them when they are students. Don't show leniency in working hours. Discipline and to certain extent forced to do things timely, which becomes habit. And then they will not have such, when they go for interview, then they will not have such problems. Reward those students who do timely work and penalize if delays are there. All of you know that in armed forces, if anybody comes late on the ground, he has to make 2 rounds of ground carrying his gun in hands. Yes, in civil life, it is very difficult to implement such thing, but then you can make out your own ways to reward and punish. But don't allow students, because they are in college, so the many students, I mean, almost the percentage 25 to 30% students leave the jobs in the first week of joining. Why? Because they are not conversant with this type of working. So it is your duty as a teacher to make them understand that in industry how they will have to work. Now, I will not go into the details of NEP document and your curriculum document, because last 5 days you had done lot of work on that, and they are already with you. Those documents are already on website, so there's no point in again discussing it. Only thing what I want to mention is, see, whatever guidelines are given by NEP documents for curriculum development, but we have to look them with positive attitude, in a spirit of implementing them to best of our efforts, and not with the attitude that let us implement because someone is asking us to do so. That is very, very important. Next slide. Already my time is over, and I'll be closing. In this last 1 minute, I will tell you about my company. Our Luans Electronics is engaged in manufacturing educational training kits in electronics and electrical engineering. We have a range of more than 450 different training kits for various laboratories, like right from basic electronics to instrumentation, control system, power electronics, communication engineering, and so on. These are some of the photographs of training kits manufactured by us. Speciality of our training kits is that all of them are transparent from backside, so that students can see what is there inside. It does not create a black box concept. And I'm proud to say that we have supplied training kits to more than 700 institutes throughout the country, and more than 3 lakh students have learned electronics on our kits. Along with training kits, at the bottom you see one product, Sai Jala Deepak. It is a product which is water operated diya. So this is a diya in which you put water, and then LED diya will glow. You take out the water and diya will be off. That is one product for consumer sector we have developed. Next slide. You can see the kit. Here you can see that it is transparent from backside, so that all the components are visible to student. And with every kit, we give sample readings, so that even after years, even though faculty changes, uh, new faculty can use the kit because there is a reference. What are the actual results coming on the kit? They are with them. But it is expected that those readings are not given to students, they are only for faculty. With this, I once again express my thanks to the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And if there are any questions, I will be very happy to try to answer them.
Thank you, sir. It was a very enlightening session. You have delivered and you have given some practical things. But, sir, in a day-to-day life, as a Gen Z, students are not actively participating in our classes. Regarding that, what can you suggest?
See, there are most of the time what I found, there is one part that is of discipline. Okay. One is by force and one is by will. One is by force means strictly if you implement that, if you don't do the class, your attendance will not be there and you will not be allowed to appear for the exam. Now to implement such decision, you need to have the support from the management. Then other part is make your class such that it is not just mere given some lecture, but make it interesting so that students also feel like attending it. These are the two ways I can suggest. See,
Thank you, sir.
Even say if you go to a picture by taking a ticket, people even if the picture is not interesting or if it is boring, people even come out of the talkies. But if picture is interesting and they like it, they stay there, they see that picture many times. So this is the human psychology. And see why this problem is coming, because today the younger generation is too smart. And there are so many tools at their disposal. When in 1983, when I passed my post-graduation, to get any details, we had to go to library, search the books, and then it was very difficult to get some reference. Today it is available on fingertips through Google. So if you tell them any such thing which they can get it on Google, then definitely they are not going to attend your class. One example I will just give you. Kunal, is time available or at backup?
Just we need to complete
Yeah.
this question, sir. Then we should go for the valedictory. Yeah.
Yeah. So one
Honorable Director, let me
example I will give you. See, there is a since it is I don't know how many of you are from technical field, but then since this example is related to technical field, I'll take. There is a term called specification. What is specification? The definition is there, a big 2-3 line definition is there. What is specification? If even if at this age, even if I read that definition, even it's difficult for me to understand. But then, and in engineering or in any product, specifications are the most important thing. You have to understand that. So then I give an example. What is specification? I ask them, how many of you are going to get married? So okay, so they say yes, we are going to get married. So how you will decide? I mean, what type of girl you want? He said, somebody said she should be tall, she should be this fair, right? This thing and that thing. I told them, this is what is specification. And then it appealed to them so much because it is a real life example. This example is not there on Google. And then the concept become very clear to them. What is specification? And then in the routine way of explaining or giving the definitions, it has appealed to them. So these are the simple tricks and I am from this field, so I have told this example. Every field has got your own, you can create your own examples or your own such stories. If this is not on Google, definitely then students will like to hear it from you. I think I have tried to answer your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind session. And I must say that this session worked as a mirror for all of the teachers who are listening to you, including me as well. Anybody there to propose the vote of thanks for sir's session?
Sir, I will do. No issue.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
So,
Professor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, my special thanks to Dr. Sudhir, sir, for being here, sparing his valuable time. Still, it is not over. We also have him as a chief guest for the valedictory function. So I would request all the participants to open the camera for the valedictory session. All participants, kindly open the camera. So I would now request Gaurav to start the banner in the university song.
गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे
गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे सोन पहाट उदयाचे गीत आमुचे उजेडाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे प्रज्ञेचा सूर्य नवा शब्द शब्द उजळून गेला समतेचा संकटाचा अर्थ ढाळून गेला विराट विशाल संस्कृतीचे गीत आमुचे जीवनाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
So, I welcome all the participants, chief guest, and the course coordinator for this valedictory function of this short-term course being organized by this UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center. So, not taking much of time, I would request Dr. Kunal Datta sir to summarize the entire 6 working days to all of us. Over to you, sir. Kindly unmute, sir. Kunal. Dr. Kunal, kindly unmute.
Thank you, Professor. As a matter of fact, when this subject was being discussed with different faculty members to whom we have conducted this course very successfully, the first challenge that we could face that the diversity of the subjects. On one hand, we had got the skills of developing the curriculum for skill development. On the other hand, it was the requirement of any NEP, then the teaching requisitions, the assessment processes that could be there for a skill-based curriculum. Then there comes OBE and CPCS and the different terminologies, jargons of this OBE, and all sectors had to be covered with a good fathom, because we are ultimately designing and conducting this course for the highest profession of this country, to my belief, that is for the teachers, for us only. We had planned to touch at least all dimensions to a good fathom, so that we can have at least the ideas in which my most thrust on what actually the industry wants from the students. That's why we invited some of the most senior-most persons from industry to get us accustomed of the practices that are being conducted in industry and their requirements. Then some of the faculty members, senior faculty members, they took care of the technicalities of this OBE, the assessment procedures, and other concepts of NEP. And also at the same time, we had tried to go for two of the most important versions of knowledge that I personally believe is very important to this perspective. One was Indian knowledge system and other was agriculture. The two things that takes us to the root from where we began. So I hope that all of our faculty members were well up to the expectations of yours, the participants. The fruits they have given to us will be giving us the deliverables for years to come, and definitely we can have ideas for ensuing days towards our teaching practices and its implementation for generations to be made. I am thankful to all the faculty members who have contributed to this program generously. You, the dear participants, who are extremely attentive to all the sessions and for the interactive sessions that I enjoyed like anything. And definitely the entire administration of UGC MMTTC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, the entire administrative team, and Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar for giving me this opportunity. Thank you one and all. Over to you, Rafe sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kunal. So, chief guest for today's function, Mr. S.L. Sambre, who is Managing Director, Devgiri Electronic Cluster Private Limited, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Again, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, I welcome him and I would now request him to deliver a valedictory address to all of us. Over to you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Honorable Dr. Dharashri Mahajan, Madam, Director of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Kunal Datta, Course Coordinator, Dr. Mohammad Abdul Rafiq, Assistant Director, all participants who are teachers, for and hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
You're audible, sir.
Okay. So, thanks to all these people for giving this opportunity. I am basically thanks also goes to the administration of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, who has conducted such a short-term course on for teachers of various faculties to conduct a skill-based curriculum development program. As Dr. Kunal Datta said, during these 5 days, you have covered a wide spectrum of topics. The preparation of the syllabus, that was the main theme of the, as per NEP guidelines, that was the main theme of the this course. But along with that, I am happy that you have also discussed on subjects like Indian knowledge system, agriculture, and called the industry experts who talked on TPM, 5US, Kaizen, which are the tools used in very commonly used in industry. And even now the academics also is trying to use these tools. That's a very good thing. And you got aware about the different such tools which will improve the productivity of the teachers, productivity of the students, and productivity of the overall system, which in turn will lead to make our country a Vikasit Bharat. All the teachers before this valedictory function, I had a lecture, and during this lecture, maybe some harsh things I have spoken, but I know it is the teachers who are the real people who shape the future of the country. Without teachers, no country can progress. And India has a parampara of great gurus like Dronacharya, Vivekananda, and so many others. So I really appreciate your efforts and your active participation in this program. I once again wish all the success to all of you, and hope that this short-term course will help you to sorry to update your curriculum, which will be able to satisfy the requirements of industry. Once again, thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, my special thanks to Mr. Sudhir sir for being here, sparing his valuable time. Indeed, getting a time from a person from industry is really difficult, but still he have spared his valuable time to all of us. So we are really thankful, especially on behalf of this entire group and our center, that you have been here and you have spared your valuable time and concluded this short-term course through your insightful address on the said topic. Also, my special thanks to the course coordinator, Dr. Kunal Datta sir, for taking all the pains for the success of this program, and also the participants, those who have been here regularly, have submitted all their assignments on a timely basis. So before concluding this valedictory session, I would request all the persons to stand up for national anthem. सभी लोग राष्ट्रगीत के लिए खड़े रहें, और सभी लोगों के खड़े रहने के बाद में ही गौरव राष्ट्रगीत आपको प्ले करना है. पहले सभी को खड़े हो जान दीजिए, उसके बाद में फिर राष्ट्रगीत लगाइए.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय जय
जय.
So, Gaurav, you can end the cloud meeting.